My name is Kavishan. Throughout my life, I've always wondered how my environment and the people around me shape me into the person I am today. Whether it's my parents, teachers, or soccer coaches, I've often reflected on the influence they've had on raising me. So, today, I'm taking a deep dive to figure that out. My parents moved to Canada to escape the Sri Lankan Civil War. They came here searching for safety, stability, and a better future. They brought with them their Tamil culture, Hindu faith, and Eastern parenting values. These values were built upon discipline, self-sacrifice, and especially education. To them, school wasn't just important, it was everything. It was the key to a better life. From early on, academics were taken seriously. I was studying 2 hours a day before most kids even had homework. They bought shelves of textbooks, signed me up for UCMass, and kept me on a strict routine. Whether I liked it or not didn't matter. What mattered was results. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 4:38. For many Hindu parents, education isn't just practical. It holds moral and even spiritual value. High marks symbolize discipline, honor, and respectability. But sometimes that spiritual meaning is misinterpreted. Grades and degrees replace wisdom and inner growth. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is emotionally overwhelmed, about to fight his own family. He's torn until Krishna tells him not to let emotion cloud judgment. Arjuna must do his duty as a warrior. Do your duty, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such evenness of mind is called yoga. Bhagavad Gita 2:48. Yoga here doesn't mean stretching, it means spiritual discipline, focus, detachment from results, and staying grounded. This idea of prioritizing duty over emotion shaped how my parents were raised, and in turn, how they raised me. Compared to Western ideals, where emotional well-being often comes first, my parents emphasized duty and discipline. But that can sometimes lead to emotional suppression, believing that responsibilities matter more than happiness. It made me feel like I wasn't allowed to be overwhelmed or just say, I need a break. It also made me resent school. Learning didn't feel like exploration, it felt like pressure. I felt like I was being pushed down a path I didn't choose. My parents' way of showing love was to push me, to make me fulfill my duty. And while that shaped me into someone who's focused and determined, it also made me into someone who didn't know how to talk about my feelings. In grade 3, I took the CCAT and WISV test. That's when I was labeled gifted. At the time, I didn't fully understand it, but teachers treated it like I was destined for greatness. They said I had natural talent. For a while, I believed them. School came easy. I barely studied and still got top marks. But when high school started, everything changed. I couldn't coast anymore. The things that used to come easily now required real effort, and I hadn't built the habits for that. Meanwhile, kids who weren't labeled gifted kids, who had learned to grind, were passing me. My grades dropped, my confidence dropped. I felt like a fraud. Even when I did well, I couldn't take credit. I just assumed it was luck. I started feeling imposter syndrome, and I still couldn't talk to my parents about it. I didn't know how to tell them that I felt like I was falling apart. But there was one space where I didn't need to talk: soccer. I started playing at 3. At first, it was just for fun, but over time, it became something much more. It became an outlet, a way to express everything I was carrying inside. No one called me gifted in soccer. I wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but I had something I never found in school: motivation. Because I wasn't naturally the best, I had to work, and I did. I trained harder, studied the game, and improved every day. In soccer, the only expectation was effort. My coaches never cared about talent. They cared about work ethic. Every practice, every game, every second, give 100%. Some days I didn't perform well, but my coaches didn't criticize me. They supported me and pushed me because they believed in me. They taught me that success isn't about being special, it's about being consistent. In a strange light, soccer parented me in ways school and traditional parenting didn't. It taught me how to fail, how to grow, and how to rebuild confidence from the ground up. Looking back, my parents gave me structure and drive, but not always space for emotion. My teachers praised talent, but didn't teach how to handle failure. My culture emphasized duty, but sometimes at the cost of well being. And soccer gave me freedom, a place to just breathe and grow. So, how should we raise and teach kids? Should we treat them as strong and resilient, or fragile and sensitive? The answer is both. Kids need discipline and challenge, but they also need to feel heard and seen. They need structure, but they also need support. We should guide them, but also let them speak. Push them, but not past their limits. Instead of focusing only on results, we should teach them to aim for progress, because progress leads to results. And more importantly, it builds habits that last a lifetime. The goal isn't to raise perfect kids, it's to raise healthy ones. Kids who know how to work hard, how to feel, how to succeed, and how to fail. I'm still figuring things out, but now I'm doing it with a better understanding of who I am.